we're over 3 weeks into 2024 and already hands on so many new games to keep you occupied for the rest of the year. Now, as I've said before, the best part of this month is still to come with the last week. Until then, however, here's 20 more new games to pick up right now for free.
When darkness falls and people need hope.
First things first, well, for those of you who have been waiting on this thing for months, DC Dark Legion just hit the Play Store through a closed beta, or technically soft launch, and up until a few hours ago, we had no idea what type of gameplay it will offer. It turns out, it's actually a strategy RPG with adventure hints, and it's not that bad either. I mean, like, there's a lot of folks complaining why it's not like Spider-Man an open world game or something, but this thing is made to be cancerous addictive. Coming up behind that, something to pick up no matter the taste you've got. We've got here since a few days ago with over 50,000 downloads, a police life sim, and the action is actually not limited to just chasing. You can actually get out of the car, customize both your character and your car, and end up being the law by yourself alone in the city. Now, the reason I put this thing here on the list is because it's an offline game, and for the graphics it offers, the 200 megabytes it's asking for is insane. Moving on. Some of you out there have already been playing this thing for like over 6 months, but for those of you who couldn't, Dream, its developers, finally went on and officially launched a Dragon Siege Theo Kingdom Conquest. It's actually a multiplayer mainly strategy, now on both iOS and Android, with over 1 million downloads, offering real-time PvP combats and pretty decent customization options in almost every way. Free game over here of 1 GB in total, and it's playable of course online. Moving on to number 4, coming from the famous developers of Taxi Driver 3D, that's 1 million times downloaded. In fact, over 20 mobile games, each with 100,000 downloads. We've got over here the team's new work going by the name Nitro Racing Rivals. As you can see, a racing game, partially street racing, with a dozen different stages and a nice range of sports cars to choose from. Play this one offline with a control if desired. It's a free game, about 200 megabytes in total. That being said, Race Rocket Arena just went on and reached over 50 million downloads on just the Google Play. This thing has been around for a couple years now and still holding an above 4.5 rating, considering how varied this vehicle combat or racing mobile games are in general. Now, to celebrate the 50 million mark, the fine developers just released a new patch, and the word that it'll be coming over to Switch with crossplay support soon. If you do want a pretty good, decent vehicle fighting game, especially in PvP, do not even hesitate. Moving on to number 6, available in soft launch, however, in case you missed it. We've got since yesterday on the Play Store Way of Kings. It's actually a real-time strategy, technically tower defense RPG with pretty decent graphics and a hefty campaign to boot. Just give it a shot in the Play Store, even though it's a bit big in size and playable online. It's a decent game, especially if you're into tower defense stuff. Moving on to number 7, with almost 100,000 downloads since just last week, we've got over here Cargo Truck Sim 2023 Final, which is actually an offline transportation and heavy machinery sim with super nice graphics and a few pretty good cities to visit and complete hundreds of different missions in each. Smooth game, it's got pretty easy controls, so radio works in this thing, like, you know, if you get bored. And the only downside of it is that the game is about 1 GB in total. Other than that, it's a 10 out of 10 every way.
This vicious cycle of hate.
If you missed out on this gem, Nexus War Civilization was finally released officially last week and is already boasting over 1 million registered players. This game is an MMO strategy AAA mobile game. It's right now awarded as the number 5 biggest free-to-play strategy game on the Play Store, huge in scale, combining almost every good aspect of every mobile game genre into a perfect strategy package. If you're wondering why, it's actually from the famous developers of the 100 million times downloaded game Mafia City. Available on the Play Store or in English globally. Just on TapTap, this is a quick reminder, Armor Attack is coming to both platforms including PCs, next month, aiming to deliver the most realistic tactical crossplay support, a vehicle-based or mixed shooter. The game is said to have a huge mech and a battlefield customization with super intelligent AI and a hefty campaign to boot. Basically what the developers have promised so far. Moving on. At number 10, with north of 1 million pre-registered players, I could easily put this one at number 1 in the list if it weren't so much in pre-register still. Rumble Racing Star is hands down the finest kart racer we've right now on the Play Store in both action and also visuals. It's a collectible PvP, multiplayer, single player, and a heck of a lot of action-oriented racing game online, but 1 GB in total. Play it if you can. A couple of quick mentions over here. Number 11, we've got Z Alert, which has been out for a week and is downloaded north of 100,000 times with a 4.6, almost better than most games we've just mentioned. It's an action top-down roguelike or zombie survival, plays offline and takes you about 1 GB. If that is something you cannot afford nor your liking, Soulstrike, by the famous developers Come To Was, has finally launched the game officially, globally, and if you're unfamiliar with it, it's a idle RPG with hack and slash and a lot of AFK rewards. It's pretty much the same deal with the previous one. The combat isn't roguelike and the game is online. That's the only difference, and it's about 400 megabytes in total. That being said, here's today's honorable mentions.
Hospital. It's the chaos in here and we need your help, Doctor. As Doctor Player, you will build your own hospital. You will manage your own medical team. And discover the medical drama like in your favorite TV shows.